can you give me a brief introduction about yourself and what do you do?
Yeah, my name is Demetrius. Right now, well, before this, I worked with cellular sales, sales company. I had a contract with Verizon, and transitioned into the entrepreneurial space. And I'm basically doing the same thing that I was doing on the sales floor, selling like cell phones, accessories, and things like that. So I'm in the
Uh,
sales.
Awesome, brother. So now tell me, what was it like for you before working with me?
It was challenging. It was challenging because I knew that I didn't have a circle that had much experience and the mindset where I was at. So
Mhm.
basically, if I was to go through something, I knew it would be hard for me to get in and a right answer from somebody in my circle.
What was your biggest problem you were trying to solve with a woman then?
Yeah, my biggest problem, I would say, was the communication, because you know just voicing exactly what I want and then living that through
Mhm.
uh, in that space. Because I found that a lot of people that are in the same space as me that I've been around, they went along with their woman said, you know.
Mm, deep. And what obstacle almost stopped you from working with me?
Not being sure, not being like 100% sure and my trust, you know.
100%. So how would you then describe your experience working with me then?
And it's like a man's group, to be honest.
Mm,
You give the person time to be their self, like give me space to be
mm,
myself. No judgment at all.
mhm,
You know, it's like, look, just hold yourself accountable. I'm gonna
mm.
hold you accountable, and that's it. Like we ain't gonna create no excuses, and we're just gonna keep
Yeah,
going. That's it.
I like that, brother. So
Hmm.
how has life been different for you ever since working with me?
And I've been able to really check myself. You know, I
Mm,
had my space, my time to be like, I fell off a little bit, but then I actually have a routine,
mm,
so it keeps me level headed. It definitely does. It brought me back to a time where I did have a routine a long time ago,
mhm.
and I was able to get extreme results. And it brings me right back to that time. Like, look, you can get results as long as you set the routine. So, routine and the mindset to grow.
Okay. So what would you say is the biggest difference in the way that I coach in my process versus maybe other coaches you probably have worked with in the past?
Yeah, I think the way that you coach is like self accountability. It's like,
Mhm,
look, we're men, and obviously there's an opposite to that, which is a woman. We can talk about the differences, but we're not going to dwell on what they
mhm,
got going on. We're just going to
mhm.
fully, surely focus on like
It's like I lost you again, brother.
Wi-Fi. My fault. Good. You continue to create standards, and you voice your standards to your woman,
Mhm,
and you continue to create the boundaries and everything. So you have a gap between you
mhm,
and everybody around you, and that's good for men, because a lot of time out in society we're taught to just give ourselves to the world. That's it. And then when it's time for us to need something, everybody else has the boundaries. The
right.
boundaries the main thing.
I like that. Okay. One piece of advice I gave you that has helped you improve your relationships with your woman.
Yeah. One thing that helped me, it's a lot, to be honest.
Mhm,
I would say one thing is me asking the questions, like me asking, like, hey, like, how do you feel about this? And just me getting into her head a little bit more, right? Because as a man, sometimes you think just because you had plenty of relationships, you already know what's going on.
mhm.
But you basically saying like, yo, like, you can ask, like, try to figure it out, and then you go from there. So just
Right.
having better communication.
Mhm. I like that. Okay. And what is one story of success that wouldn't have been possible for you without working with me?
And I would say my daily lifestyle, man. Like, I
Mm,
remember telling you, like, damn, like I have so many children, so many moving parts in the
mhm,
house. I'm like, damn, when I wake up, it's already crazy in the crib. And you
mhm.
was like, you just wake up earlier. It's super simple, but it's like when you got other things going on, you're not thinking of the something like that. You're just thinking like, damn, my life is crazy.
Yeah.
right? And bro, that's been like recently I've been doing that a lot too, and I've been able to come back in the house where there's a lot of screaming and going on
Mhm.
and stuff, and I could bring myself down peacefully because I'm like, look, I already accomplished a lot of things I needed to do already because I woke up before everybody else did, so I'm good.
All right, man. That's a very good one, man. That one is hilarious. Just wake up
That
early.
routine, yeah,
100%, man. All right, we got two more. So
yeah.
apart from the success you have achieved, how would you describe your personal now day-to-day life since working with me?
Yeah, I feel like I have direction, I have purpose, right? Whether or not I veer off or whatever,
Mhm.
I have a guide. So I
Mhm.
have a guide. It's like you having a GPS,
Mhm.
and you can either look at the GPS because you know it's a set route where you're gonna go. You can either look at it or you can veer off. But I
Mhm.
have it already, right? So I feel
Mhm.
like I have a GPS now. I have somewhere where I know I need to be. I know I need to be doing this by this time. So it's a set routine, and that keeps me in my masculinity, and that
Mhm.
keeps me focused and level.
100%. What would you say to men who are on the fence, who aren't sure about having me as their coach?
Yeah, man. I would say, look, you in life, you have to bet on yourself, right? I mean, we have to pour into ourselves. So if you're somebody that you're used to, I would say you're used to relying on people and them not giving back to you or
Mhm.
whatever, this is the time for you to like turn the tables because to
Mhm.
be honest, man, like it's a lot that goes into it because you have to hold yourself accountable, really. That's the main thing. You really have to hold yourself accountable. Nobody's gonna hold your hand.
Mhm.
However, you if you want to grow and you want to be in that space where you're vulnerable and it's no judgment,
Mhm.
then this is where you need to be. And I
Mhm.
could go deeper than that, but just
Mhm.
for time's sake, I think is this is just a growing space. To be honest, it's just a growing space. Like that's it.
100%, brother. So that's all the questions that I have for you, but the floor is kind of open. Do you have anything else you want to share, whether with me or with anybody else, or anything that you think will be relevant for this testimonial?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, damn, man. I think being in this group, it shows that you have a different mindset. Like even if you have the cookie cutter mindset, like okay, it's supposed to be A, B, C. Just joining shows that okay, I'm willing to grow,
Mm-hmm.
and man, that alone just doubles the fruits of your labor. It brings in more blessings, just that alone, because you're rubbing elbows with other men that want to change, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's hard. Like I have a family where most of the men that are my age, most of the men that are my age, they kind of conform to whatever their woman wants.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of men are dealing with stuff like that. Like it's your homeboy, he's cool, he's game, but
Mm-hmm.
then when this woman comes around, it's quiet. Then
Mm-hmm.
we're just gonna call it how it is.
Mm-hmm.
And even in front of your woman, like I see you create videos with your woman and you still saying the same shit you
Yeah.
say. So it's like you're not tucking your tail at all. You're being
Yeah.
true to
Yeah.
yourself. You're being a
Mm-hmm.
man and you're standing on it.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want those traditional values, this is the space where another man needs to be because it's traditional. It's like, look, I'm a man.
Mm-hmm.
I'm creating a space. Yes, I will provide. I will respect you. However, I need you to respect me too,
All right.
and that's it. And it's
All right.
just a leading space.
Yeah, man. I love that.